Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about victory in Europe. So now that the United States and Great Britain and the Allies have launched their D-Day attack and landed in France right here, now we're pushing toward Germany so we can get to the city of Berlin, hopefully capture Hitler and end World War II. But we'll see today that's not going to go quite as smooth as we hoped. But good news, we are going to still win. So we're talking about victory in Europe. So your I can statement today says, I can explain how the U.S. won the Battle of the Bulge. I can explain how the U.S. won the Battle of the Bulge. And this is going to effectively end World War II in Europe. Remember, the whole war is not going to be over because we're still going to have Japan to deal with. So now that we've landed in D-Day on beaches in Normandy, we're pushing toward Germany, and it goes really, really well at first. We're able to push through France really easily. Our troops are advancing really fast. But the Battle of the Bulge, which is our main topic today, is what Germany's going to counterattack. The idea of a counterattack is usually one person's on the offense, meaning we're on the offensive, Germany's on defense, and now they're going to attack us and put them on offense, and we're going to have to go on defense for a little bit. It was really unexpected because so let's look at the Battle of the Bulge, though. Who was involved? Germany versus the Allied forces, mostly the United States. And it's this counterattack that we just talked about. It's going to happen in December 1944 through January 1945. And that's really important because you know that is winter. In winter in Europe, northern France into Belgium, here, these countries, is a lot colder than you're used to if you're watching this from South Carolina. And it's in a forest called the Ardennes Forest, and it's on the border of France and Belgium, mostly in Belgium. And it's this last desperate effort of the Germans to push back the advancing Allied troops. I mean, they realize this is a very last second desperation move. They're going to throw everything they got into it, and if it works, they have a chance to maybe still win the war, they believe. But the results are it is going to be an Allied victory. We're going to win, and Germany no longer has a chance. But how did this look? Because it was a little, we lost a lot of troops, and it was pretty scary for us for a while there. Remember, I was telling you it was cold. So in the Ardennes forest, very heavy, thick forest, and it starts snowing like crazy. And our troops aren't supplied well. We weren't ready for the heavy snow. And what Germany does when they push through our lines is they're able to surround a lot of our troops, get them to surrender, because a lot of them don't have enough supplies, don't have winter coats, they don't have enough gloves, they don't have heavy enough boots. They end up running out low on ammunition, and it's really hard to fight under those circumstances, low on food. As you can see, very, again, bad conditions for fighting, very cold, very snowy. And it's really easy for people to get caught up in these trees, and the Germans are able to hide their troops for a little bit and use a little bit of deception and trick us a little bit. But eventually, the snow and the fog that's covering us is going to rise, and the United States is able to get our airplanes into the sky, which are going to help wipe out a lot of the German troops. So that's how the Battle of the Bulge works. And you're going to read a little bit about that in your Duxter's article. But this leads to the Battle of Berlin, which is the final battle of the war, where the German army is going to be wiped out. Berlin is this capital city of Germany, the largest city in Germany. It's like our Washington, D.C., meaning that's where the government is, and that's where Hitler is. And they get surrounded by the Soviet army. Remember, the Soviets were coming from this way while we were coming from this way, and they're going to beat us there. Big reason is why we got pushed back in the Battle of the Bulge, and it really slowed us down. But the city of Berlin's going to get surrounded by the Soviet army, and there's really no hope for victory for Germany anymore. Their troops are so wiped out, they've lost so many people, and the whole city of Berlin is going to be destroyed because Hitler refuses to just surrender. The last of the German army, this is one of the last pictures of Hitler, by the way, taken. he's giving medals out to his new soldiers, which, as you could see, are young boys. Boys as young as like 9 years old were being used as soldiers to fight against the Soviets and the Americans. It's kind of a sad thing to realize that they were doing that. Young boys. And this is another interesting picture. This is the city of Berlin right before World War II. And this is a picture afterward. It was so destroyed by bombing by the United States and the Soviet Union. But this leads to victory in Europe, because Hitler is going to commit suicide on April 30th, 1945, after he realizes that it really is over. And Germany is going to formally, officially surrender about a week later on May 7th, when they realize that it is 100% over. They cannot win. So this is Winston Churchill, remember, the Prime Minister of Britain, putting up the victory, V for victory sign, showing that the war was over. So I have a little video that I'm going to link in here for a video on the Battle of the Bulge, if you want to watch that. And also, you're going to read, but you need to read the Duxter's article, and got a little quiz that you're going to take as well with that.